Hello, it's Mr. Burton here from King John School. So I'm just talking about GCSE Statistics today. So hopefully this will be useful information for you. So we're going to cover four things: why you should choose GCSE Statistics, what careers it might help with, what topics you might do, and then how is it assessed. So if we start off, so what's the point of doing GCSE Statistics? Well, obviously, if you're good at maths, that means you get an extra maths qualification. So it's 2 for 1. So if you're going to do well in maths anyway, then it's something really good. You get an extra GCSE. And as well as that, so you learn valuable skills about how it's applied in real life situations. So GCSE statistics is much more how we use statistics, whereas GCSE maths doesn't really go into more of that. Goes to much more depth. So some topics you might just meet in GCSE maths do a bit of, like probability or averages, but with statistics it goes into much more depth. So it's if you do enjoy the bits of statistics you do in maths, then it's a good option to do as well. And it's really good preparation for any students who want to do A-level maths or finance or business or anything like that. It's a really good thing to do. It's not essential, but obviously it does give you an advantage. So what careers it might help with? Obviously being a statistician, which is really important. They can work in lots of sectors. As well as that, an actuary, which is someone who deals with the prices of pensions and insurance and things like that. So there's a lot of statistics in that, like working out how long people are going to live. Pollster, so if you're doing polling, like for companies or political parties or anything like that, then they use a lot of statistics. Market researcher, so if you want to work out how your product is doing or what price you sell it at, how many you need to sell. And trader, so obviously if you're working in stocks and bonds, they would use statistics, obviously quite high level. And like business consultants, obviously you'd be looking at how much profit a company's making, what advice you can give to them, and that will be all backed up by statistics. There's many more things as well, lots of careers would use statistics, so it's a really useful thing to do. Topics, so sampling strategies you do, so like how you would sample, whether you're asking a few people, a lot of people, whether you're doing a random sample, whether you're asking some boys, some girls, all stuff like that we talk about. Averages and spread of data, so you do a bit of this. So obviously you've got mean, median, mode, range, then we go on to doing quartiles, standard deviation, variance. So it does move on to more sophisticated ways of talking about the spread of data. Further probability, so obviously you do a bit of Venn diagrams, tree diagrams, but you do learn some further probability skills as well in statistics, which is really interesting. And then representing data, so again, you do a bit, but not very much. So like harder pie charts, histograms, box plots, and other ways of representing data, and like how it's effective as well. Testing hypotheses, you probably won't have met if you just do maths. So it's about saying, here's a hypothesis. So I think that if it's more sunny, people are more likely to eat ice cream, and then how could you test that? What evidence do you need, etc., etc. And correlation and regression, which is, so you would have met a bit before. So if two things are correlated, it's like if one goes up, the other one goes up. So like students are better at maths, tend to be better at science. And then we might work out a formula relating those two variables and using that to make predictions. So there's other stuff as well, but those are the key things you'll do at Statistics GCSE. And finally, how is it assessed? So you do 2 papers, each 90 minutes. There are 2 tiers. So you could, just like maths, you do foundation higher, but really we want everyone to do higher tier. And it's assessed in the normal year 11 when you would do everything else. So I hope that's been a useful, quick guide. If you do want any more, then you can contact the Maths Department at King John, or you could look at the edXL syllabus, and that goes into a lot more detail. So thank you very much. I hope you found it useful.